So I just pulled up to James's house. I see him over here in the yard doing something, but I'm not sure what he's doing. We'll get out here and we'll go see what he's doing. I'll turn this camera around so you guys can kind of see him.
Jay was explaining, this would take forever. But you can get free snackage while you're doing it this way. Bonus, in your opinion, Big J?
Pretty good jerky.
Right. I mean, you're working up a sweat, you know, and you need to get them calories back. This way, no big deal. This way, well,
Safety third.
yeah, I mean, look at them blades.
Yes.
NutriBullet, everyone's best friend.
There we go. Hey, tell us what you're making today.
So, we are making a Native American protein bar, as I like to call it. There are thousands of recipes. So imagine you're out there, you've got 12 different types of jerky that need to be used up. You grind it up, mix it all together, grab some lard or animal fat, essentially, and you lightly melt it, and you want a Play-Doh-like consistency. I've got here everything laid out. We already did the NutriBullet. I was nice enough. I know you love me so much for that, Joe. And these things are loud. So now, since we've already got the grinding part done and the dehydrating stage done, we can just jump to the fun part where your hands get messy.
So you said it's a Native American protein bar. Is there a name for it?
Yes, pemican. Thank you. My brain moves at 1,000,000 miles a minute, so thank you for keeping me on track. Yes, pemican. It is a Native American protein snack, energy kind of survival bar. Traditionally, it would have been made using jerky and any wild nuts and berries that were in the inhabitants of the tribe. Records do show that it has been made using fish jerky. Whole different taste and texture.
And what are you putting in yours today?
We are putting in round beef top and round beef bottom steaks that I jerked. And then I might just leave it that way because that is the most traditional style. They added the nuts and berries to give it a little more flavor.
Gotcha.
But the most and oldest recipes, it's just this and lard with a pinch of salt to preserve it.
Okay.
So, yeah, that should do. Tell me when you're ready. Well, so I've got my lard or animal fat, and I just heat it up for about 24 seconds, sometimes 30, depending on the microwave or fire. And what you do is you just take your melted fat, aka lard, and you just carefully add it. And then you just start mixing. Doesn't that look good, Big J?
Sure.
Now, word on the grapevine is you've had pemmican before.
I have. You made it here for me one time when I was visiting.
That's right. And how would you say the consistency was?
It was different. It was soft.
It is very soft, yes.
But chewy because of the jerky in it.
Yes.
But it also had some fruit in it too. You had some berries and stuff in it that time.
That's the biggest difference. Once our ancestors realized, hey, fruit makes everything taste better, it was like everyone got on the same bandwagon. So we're about there. I mean, it's a kind of a, I don't know, what would you say that looks like? A turd?
Kind of. It almost looks like pulled pork.
Okay, pulled pork for those who like food references. And now,
So now you just put this in this pan?
yep, and we're just gonna kind of smush it down, kind of flatten it out. La la la. Oh, there's some dry spots. We don't like dry spots.
What happens if you have dry spots?
It will fall apart.
Okay.
Horribly fall apart. And that is way too much.
So that's perfect.
Well, now that it's in the pan, yes, because I can just play with my food, kids. And Big J, what did your mama always say about playing with your food?
My mom told me not to do it.
Well, Native American culture, a lot of the food was either on a stick or finger food. Until we had this invention called a fork. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Never used one.
Right? Right? So, we got a friend in the... I don't think... So, based on what you're saying, would you eat this?
Would I eat that one? The other one wasn't bad. I was telling you that a little bit ago. That
Right.
the one with the fruit in it had kind of a sweetness to it.
Right?
I'm a little bit more sketched out about this one than the other one.
And I can perfectly understand that. So, I'm gonna go rinse my hands off before we put that in the fridge. So, you asked a really good question while I was rinsing my hands off. What was it?
I said, if you're adding fat to the jerky, why couldn't you just leave the fat on the jerky?
All right. So, to best explain, when you're dehydrating or jerking something, you need as little fat as possible. And fat is a grease. So, it's very greasy and chewy. It doesn't dehydrate at all. It just becomes like a gristle. You don't want that connected to your jerky. So our ancestors would process the meat and have the fat stashed aside. So when they had to make pemican, just melt a little bit here, melt a little bit there.
Okay.
Now, everyone can get this. It's just some salt. Just put some in your hand, no real measurement. Sprinkle it, kind of rub it in a little bit where it didn't reach. We're going. And all this does is help preserve it. And Big J, what does the word preserve mean for the kids that don't know?
Keep it long term.
Right. So think about 1,000 years ago. We didn't have ice boxes unless we were Eskimos or scientifically and historically correct Inuits, as they like to be called. Now, the next stage, we put it in our ice box or refrigerator. Now, back then, they would just keep it somewhere really cool, near a spring or under a little rock canopy. And that's about it. Any questions?
How long does it stay in there?
I check it in about 30 minutes, give or take, and it should start solidifying. You should see the white comb of the lard. And sometimes they go longer depending on the batch. But that's a good question. Any other questions?
Nope, I'm good. I can't wait to see you try it.
Hey, what was it? 20, 25 subscribers? I get a pie?
Yeah, you get a pie.
Hit that bell, like, subscribe, and help Joe get that pie. It's been fun in the kitchen.
See ya.
By the way, did you find Sasquatch?
I have not. Still looking, man. Still looking.
I got a message that he took a dating app on your laptop.
I'll have to see if I got any DMs because I will eat him. All right, everybody. So last time I saw James, he was grinding jerky under a tree. I just found him again. And James.
Tell me when. We're in the kitchen with bad choices with James. So, Joe, why is this a bad choice?
James, man, what are you doing now?
I got some portobello mushrooms that I deep fried in Carolina Reaper Cheetos.
All right, man, I can't wait to see this.
Now, fun fact, Carolina Reaper, where does it rank on the record?
Too hot for me.
World record. It is the hottest pepper in the world. Woo-hoo-hoo-wee!
Pretty hot?
Somebody called the fire department.
Yeah, I'm not doing that one. I'm not doing it.
Them's good.
Are they good? Are they pretty hot, though? Yeah.
Whew.
Would you do it again?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do the jerky dance. Do the jerky dance.